the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you, baby. Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. We already got 200 people in here and we just started. So let's go ahead and hit that like button now. Thank you, Alex Lee, for reminding everybody. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and dive in because I got about 30 minutes, honestly. I want to take care of some business today unless we get some breaking news for another running back. I'll be back. But first and foremost, let me start this stream by because there is some Johnathan Taylor news. I'll get to that in a moment, but I want to start this stream talking about Myles Gaskins. I want to say this. Well, for those who don't know, the Miami Dolphins just cut Myles Gaskins. We kind of knew that this was coming. Ahmed really just took off in camp. And I'll just say this. Thank you, Myles Gaskins. You know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's rare that you have a Dolphin that comes in, gives it their all, does their job. And although it's not like, you know, next level superstar stuff, but they come in, they work hard, they do their job, and they contribute to the team the best way that they can. And that's what he did. And it's rare, you like lose one every 2 years, and we've lost one that was a Dolphin. This is a guy that you call a Dolphin. He was a Dolphin. Never got in trouble off the field, never was an issue, was always a team player, did whatever the team asked him to do. He ran hard, he tried his very best, and he was a Dolphin. He was definitely a Dolphin. And his time has come to an end. He did all 4 of his first 4 years in Miami. And again, I can't say it enough. Thank you, Myles Gaskins, for all your contributions to this team, all your efforts to this team. We thank you for being a Dolphin. We're going to always love you. We're going to always follow you. And we're going to wish you the very best in your next endeavor. The good thing is I'm pretty confident that another team is going to snatch him up on their 53. I'm pretty confident another team is going to snatch him up on the 53. I'd even go to links like he's a perfect fit in places like the Chargers. I wouldn't even be surprised because week 1, they want to bring in their inside man if they can. He would. I think he would be a perfect fit with the Chargers because he's the. I don't want to sound disrespectful or nothing. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he's the lower version of Eckler, in my opinion. He's like Eckler, but not Eckler. You see what I'm saying? That's who Myles Gaskins is to me. He's an Eckler, but not quite as talented as Eckler. But would be a great fit if Eckler was to go down to fill that role and give them at least 80% of what Eckler is, But look for him to get snatched up by a team within, the next 48 hours for sure to bring him in. He's expired his 4 years. He's done 4 years with the Dolphins. So at the end of the day, you no longer have the rookie controls. You gotta, tender or actually offer him a respectable contract. And, the Miami Dolphins weren't willing to do that, especially with the logjam in the running back room right now and what they're trying to do with Johnathan Taylor. We knew that he would be on his way out of the door. But, and again, he was a productive player with the Dolphins for the role that he played, man. Again, like I said before, I can't say it enough. His contributions I love. When you think about 2020 and 2021, when he really got a shot, he wasn't the starter all season. He was shared reps, but he really got a shot. And both of those years, he put up over 500, pretty much 600 yards per season in those 2 seasons. Those were the Flores seasons where Myles finally got his chance. And 600 yards pretty much both seasons. And also catching the ball out of the backfield. In 2020, he had 41 receptions. In 2021, he had 49 receptions. That's pretty solid. That's a nice, those are nice backup numbers for a guy who didn't even play a full-time role. So, again, thank you, Myles Gaskins. You truly did represent a Miami Dolphin, and we appreciate your service, and we know you're going to go on, get you a nice little small deal from somewhere and contribute on a team that you can help potentially win as well. So we wish him the very best. Thank you for your time and service here in Miami. And now it's time for our team to move on, and it's Ahmed's time now. Not to be the primary back, but to be that, back end guy, because Ahmed has 3 years in. So 1 more year, and they may be doing the same thing with Ahmed unless he continues to thrive to where that they can move forward in a much greater scale as well. So, yeah, man. Bye, Mouse. Ahmed is going to make this roster unless something on the last minute happens. We'll see with this whole trade situation. What else? Johnathan Taylor. Let's talk about that real quick before I get out of here. The latest news on Johnathan Taylor, it's kind of getting messy out here, to be honest with y'all. I had to reach out to a few people and I didn't get any responses yet at all. But what I do see that's going on out here, this mystery team is getting on my nerves. Nobody is naming the mystery team. I've heard speculation that it actually could be Baltimore. I did hear that. Um, I did hear speculation that some believe it may be Baltimore as the mystery team that's also in play. A lot of people thought it was the Eagles, but the Eagles, from my understanding, it was already open that they were in the game, but there was a mystery team that has been involved, and some people are saying that they believe it's actually the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know how true that is, but that would be, I wouldn't like that. Once again, I wouldn't like it. I would not like it. But something has to happen today. You know, my brother said Adam Schefter reported that it's only a matter of time before the Miami Dolphins get Johnathan Taylor. I've heard that as well. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gaskin, not Gaskins. Gaskin. Thanks for the correction, Dominic. But a lot of people just feel like it's about to be the Miami Dolphins. And they're just waiting to the last minute to see if they can get a better offer, or the Miami just calls to make sure and up the offer. But this is like it feels like the final hour. We call him Gaskins over here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dolphin fans, we Gaskins for the longest, but it's Gaskin. But we'll see what ends up happening. This mystery team is interesting though, because last I heard, they are a serious threat to the Miami Dolphins because they've upped their offer. I still don't know if it's better than ours, but they are there is one team, mystery team, that's a serious threat to the Dolphins getting them. So it's going to be very interesting to see what ends up happening. I just need that breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The Colts have sent Johnathan Taylor to the Miami Dolphins for a bang. Whatever that is. You know, whatever it is. You know what I was also thinking, because we know Miami's not giving up the first, and having a first round pick has all kind of flexibilities in it. You know, should we give up the first and get back like a third in return? Because again, I just don't understand this notion. I understand the value of a first, but I don't view a late first as the same value as how people look at first round picks. I don't view 28, 29, 30, 31, or 32 as valuable as 20 or lower. The flexibility with the first round pick the flexibility from 20 and below, I could see all the multiplying benefits. But them late first round picks, it's a second rounder to me. That's when everybody out here looking for the hopeful corner, the hopeful linebacker, the hopeful left tackle. There's only like two positions that's like dogs and great at that point, and that's like you can get you a really good wide receiver or a really good I just had it on running back. I mean, you can get good players all the way to like the third round. I mean, 7th technically, but you know what I mean when I say that. But I don't view it the same. I'm like, if that's the, I mean, at the end of the day, don't we expect to have a late round draft pick? Because if not, then what are we doing? We should be operating under the assumption that our draft pick will be 29th or worse. You know, we got to make the championship game. If not, it's a failure. No one should believe we'll end up inheriting the 19th or better pick, because if that's the case, A lot of people need to get fired. So I don't view it the same. And I think it's actually a win if you give up the late first and then you say, hey, give us a third in return. I think that's a win. I feel like you're profited. So I don't know. Now, there is a lot of talk about, well, we can't give up a first because it's unfair to Mike McDaniel. All new head coaches should have the opportunity to pick a first round draft pick of their choice at some point. And I'm like, who done lied? No. What Mike McDaniel inherited, you could only dream of. He's already picked first round picks. His name is Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Ramsey, Teron Armstead. You got players that were worth more than one first round pick. Nobody care nothing about you. What's fair of you should be able to pick your own first round pick. So please stop DMing me that. Well, TD, you can't give up a first because Mike McDaniel, as a new head coach, should have the right to. He's already exercised it with the talent. He's gotten more than a first-round pick. Mike McDaniel has literally gotten about 7 first-round picks, 8 first-round picks. That's what he inherited. Now, you want to talk about a coach that has a right to get a first round pick of his choice, then you know what? Start out with the roster like Flores did when you're purging it. Then say that. But if you're inherit, that's like me, that's like Andy Reid retiring today. And I go to the Chiefs and people like, you should have a right to your first round pick. Are you kidding me? This team is already built to compete for the Super Bowl. And we talk about what I should have the right to have. No. New head coaches should have that right when they ain't got a single thing on the roster and they get to build their vision. Let's get something straight. Mike McDaniel ain't building his vision. He's coming in to coach the vision that had already been installed. This is just the back end of it. Remember Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr? Same difference. The back end of it. Not knocking either one and not knocking Flores or McDaniel. Not trying to make that type of situation. But what I'm saying is, no, use them first round picks and let Mike McDaniel be a Super Bowl winning coach early in his career. So he can surpass Shanahan. At least start that process. I'm sick of it, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, it is insane to me that we're not like, it's so easy. When you think about it, it's so easy. Greer, take the little bit of rest of money you got, go get an offensive line, go ahead and take that first round pick, trade for Johnathan Taylor, and let's call it a day. And if you really want to go all in, go ahead and take some more draft capital. Go ahead and bring in a legitimate middle linebacker or an outside linebacker to complement David Long. You really want to do something. I don't need a tight end. This offense isn't predicated on it, other than the little slip screens and stuff like that, the little quick outs and stuff. But let's go for it. Let's not play around. We don't play these games. Let's go for it. Johnathan Taylor is sitting out there, and I feel like within the next 5 hours, we better get that breaking news. We better get that breaking news in the next 5 hours. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to celebrate. We're going to do a stream. We're going to have a party. We're going to be talking Super Bowl. I'm going to be bringing people on. We're going to be litty. And then we're going to get right back down to business of what else we need. what else we need to finish it, because we're going to automatically go up to one of the favorites in the NFL at that point. But it's still, what else do we need? Y'all don't understand, man. When I started this channel, I was invested in the Dolphins, but I am 10 times more invested now, like crazy, because I do this now. And I can't let my first 5 years of this channel just be in vain, go to waste. First 2 years having hope on some old stuff, Gase and Tannehill, got over that, and now we start a whole new fresh rebuild. And now the process, like, if you've been a subscriber of this channel, you saw the growth of the team. We've talked about every in and out to how we got to this point, and it better not bomb. I want this to be the build up to the Super Bowl, not the build up to another disappointment. And then, hey, now we got a fresh new start with a new quarterback and all this and that. Like I ain't gonna lie. I've always had my opinion about Tua, but I don't want to have to go through we got a new quarterback, this and that, and this, and all of that over again. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go through it if it happens, but man, just let all of this work. Let Tua be a franchise quarterback and play like one. Let us win a Super Bowl. Let us be dominant. Let us play well. Let us make this fan base proud, and we can all finally stop fighting and come together and be like, we got our team. Whoever was right, whoever was wrong, who cares? We own it. That's all we want. Will it happen? Oh, come on, man. This is why I say Chris Grier, don't go in, go all the way in. Like, go all the way in. Let's see what going for broke gets us. Everybody be like, we never did it like this before. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We got a cannonball in the deep end. Exactly, man. Without a life jacket. Drown in your decisions. Own it. Just want to win a Super Bowl. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. 500 people watching, 178 likes. Punch that like button. Punch that like button. Sign a good right tackle. I'm gonna tell you now, some decent ones have been released already. Not great, but some Austin Jackson calibers have already been released. I've seen a few. Well, then why do we need to bring in another Austin Jackson? Because if Austin Jackson is your only hope at right tackle, trust me, the backup ain't Austin Jackson. So, Grier got a lot of work to do the next week. The next 48 hours, because Grier over here trying to do one deal. Look, think about what's on Grier's plate right now. In Grier's office, he dealing with the Johnathan Taylor situation. He dealing with the Christian Wilkins situation. Believe it or not, he dealing with a Connor Williams situation, a Robert Hunt situation. Just so y'all know. He also out there with his scout team, like, hey, man, they coming in and out of the office. Hey, they just released him. They just released him. Hey, I've been watching him for 3 years. They released him. Blah, blah, blah. All of that's coming at these 48 hours right here. Grier got a lot going on. Grier's war room, he got a lot going on. We just need him to bust his behind and get something done in this. Have to. Figure it out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm a little bit nervous because I expect the Johnathan Taylor news to come through today that we got him, but then I think I may be like a lot of y'all. It might not happen though. Like it's like come on, man, just deadline this boy, and get it done. Do y'all think it gets done or we just miss out? Let me know in the comment section. Bree said, chill. We have till 4. Well, let me say this too. Ain't no 4 o'clock deadline. The Colts put that out there. But once the 53-man rosters are made, they can still make moves. I thought the coach just made that deadline. You can still trade a player. They just, put that out there. Miss out, unfortunately. Let me tell y'all something, too, that I don't like right now. Christian Wilkins could be affecting the Johnathan Taylor trade. Why do I say that? Chris Grier is probably teed off about the Christian Wilkins situation. And like, man, that's the most I'm offering you, Christian. But he could be taking that energy into the Johnathan Taylor situation. And saying, that's all I'm offering, instead of understanding these are 2 separate situations. He could very well be being impacted by the Christian Wilkins situation. And these things alter your mind because now you're in this I'm not going to get taken advantage of mindset. And I feel like the Johnathan Taylor situation, you got to give to get. You know what I'm saying? But in the Christian Wilkins situation, that one I understand the hard line. So and that's a theory, by the way. Ain't hearing that. That's a theory. I could be totally wrong. And I hope I am. I hope Chris Grier knows how to compartmentalize these situations. I'm going to go to the chat and read some of these. My brother said, why so negative? Johnathan Taylor coming. Hey, push that positivity over here, baby, because everything about this team got your boy nervous this year. Call it negative, whatever. Everything about this team got me nervous. Everything, like, it's too good to be true. Like, all this talent and stuff, and even if we bring it, just nerve-wracking. Because you know why? Let me tell you why it's nerve-wracking. It's like, again, like when I was younger, I used to go to the casino all the time. And then I realized, once you start gambling unresponsibly, then that's when you shouldn't be like that, right? So I used to go all the time. Now it's just whenever I just want to have fun. It's not about money, right? But when I used to go and it was about money, trying to, hey, I might win something, right? It was like, when you know that, like, say you dwindle down and you're on your last, that feeling, if I lose, I'm done. That's how this team got me. All of this talent. If I lose, I'm done. And another thing, it's like this. Have you ever like played like a slot machine or something like that? And you dwindling all the way down, say you got $3 left and you're like, here come my last one, and you spin and it's bonus. Yeah, I hit the bonus, baby. Ooh, come on. It might be 400. And the bonus play, and it's like $6.50, $6.50. All that for that. Oh my gosh. It better not happen. Y'all don't understand what TD expect. I expect greatness this year. Tyreek going off, Waddle going off, Johnathan Taylor giving us Ricky Williams runs. Ricky Williams runs, man. Tua in the MVP conversation by week 12. Tua healthy. Tua top 5 in most statistical categories. Mike McDaniel swagged up. Like, yeah. Week 12, the Dolphins are 8-4 at the worst. Man. If Taylor stays on PUP list past 4 p.m., he can't come off till week 5. They didn't remove him already? I thought he was removed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Acknowledge me if I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Cappy, I thought he was removed. Check on that for me, homie. Check on that for me. My brother just said, you sound like me in 87 with the Fins. Stay encouraged. Oh, man. And yeah, I got confirmation from a bro who says still on PUP, bro. Dang. So yeah, there is a deadline. There is a deadline. Got it. I thought they removed them. The Bills are the mystery team for Johnathan Taylor. Man, I stop that mess. They ain't no mystery team. They ain't no mystery. Now, I will say this. If the Bills so said he's out for the first 4 games. So there's breaking news. The Buffalo Bills star pass rusher Von Miller will not start the season. He is on the PUP, and they're going to leave him on there, and he will be out the first 4 games. When do we play Buffalo? Do we play him week 4 or 5? Please be 4, because I don't want him coming back fresh week 5. What week do we play Buffalo? Let me look it up. I don't know. I'll be leaning on y'all every time. Sorry, y'all. I know we got Denver week 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Bam. He ain't playing against us. Got him. Got him. He's out the first 4 games. Got him. Oh, we got him. Yep. We ain't got to worry about no Von Miller. They still got a good pass rush, but regardless. Got him. I love it. Tell the people the most that I'm paying for Johnathan Taylor. Draft capital, I'm willing to come off for the late first. Money, $14 million a year. He young. I give him his long-term deal with some guarantees. I'm giving him a 4-year deal. 4-year, 52. About 34 guaranteed. That locks us in for 2 years. And then we'll make a decision after that. I would do that. I would give him his cash. If he want more than that, then see the amount don't matter. The Dolphins already are in agreement on the amount. You get the amount straight with the player first and be like, yeah, I'll take that. All right, let's talk to the team. Let's try to get the deal done. The amount, whatever it is, that's already agreed upon. They don't have an issue paying him what he wants. That's already been talked about. Now it's just a matter of getting the deal done. They done already agreed on an amount of what he's looking for. With Johnathan Taylor's extension, give us more flexibility. That depends on his current contract. I don't know how much he was slated to make this year. Let me go look at it. I could tell you if it'll give us flexibility. All right, Johnathan Taylor. Let me go contract. Give me a second. I'll tell you if it'll give us flexibility. So right now, this year, he was slated to be a cap hit of about $5 million. Dolores. Flexibility. They would still be eating about 1 million of it. That means we'll be taking over 4. Then we give the extension. It'll give us flexibility, but not much. We can do whatever we want with his salary this year. The problem is we got to see what the signing bonus is. It's not going to give us much flexibility signing him. The flexibility is going to come with the trade. If we trade a player, we're looking to have flexibility in that sense. Johnathan Taylor ain't going to hurt us this year. We can pay him the $5 million raw that we owe him this year. They're still on the hook for like 813 dead cap. So we'd only have to eat about 4 million this year. But that new contract is where it's at starting next year. But we can finagle that however we want as well. So yeah, he would give us flexibility for the future. This year, he'd actually cost our cap a few more million, but I'm sure that we'd be moving on from a running back too and saving some money potentially. So believe it or not, he's a very friendly contract for this year to bring in. You just got to give him his deal for the future. He's still on that rookie deal, y'all. He's still on that rookie deal. Yes, and I agree. It gives us another superstar. We have 600 people in the building. Again, y'all punch that like button for me. Thank y'all so much. It's about building your future too, because when you think about it, look at the core for our future right now. Here's your future. And when I say future, you'll be here in 2026. Should be, right? In 2026. Waddle, you got a premier receiver. Johnathan Taylor, you got a premier running back. Hopefully Tua, you got a premier quarterback, because if he makes it that far, he's premier. He's going to be premier if he gets the deal, right? Jalen Phillips, bookend defensive end. Bradley Chubb, defensive end. See, these guys are under contract. Zeller. Yeah, y'all lied to me. I'm glad I brought this topic up. Y'all lied to me. Had me on here asking y'all, is it Zeller or Zeiler? And all y'all putting them eyes in the comment section. I'm like, Zeiler. And I'm singing a song to remember. And next thing you know, I see his video. Hey, guys, it's Zach Zeller. I'm like, Zeller, let me rewind that. Hey, guys, it's Zach Zeller. What? Boy, y'all lied to me. Hey, guys, it's Zach Zeller. I'm glad to be back. Oh, my God. Out of the man mouth himself. Y'all, boy, I can't trust y'all no more. Y'all the line all them eyes in the comment section. I'm like, Zyler, okay, I won't get it wrong now. Man, y'all did your boy dirty. Y'all did your, and I had people after the show on Twitter, TD, it's an E, TD, it's an E. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. We done already situated this in my timeline trying to tell me E. We know it's an I. And boy, less than an hour later, I'm watching the Dolphins signing video. Hey guys, it's Zach Zeeler. What? Oh, y'all, boy, y'all got me. You got me. You got me. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. Man, I'm gonna get you back. But yeah, and sorry to all y'all I ignored, like y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Me in the chat, we done already figured this one out. I apologize. I ain't always right. I ain't always right, and I'm man enough to tell y'all when I'm wrong. Okay? I'm man enough to tell you when I'm wrong. Your boy was wrong. He got fed bad information though, and that's why you're supposed to go do your own research. That's why you got to do your own research. So forgive me, okay? Forgive me. Pronounce Sealer. Yeah. Man, I'm just gonna do it an E, even if I'm a little off. Sealer. Listen, you get the point. You get the point. I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't in corporate America no more. When I was in corporate America, everything was nice, crisp, precise. I'm going to articulate, speak, and everything. Move up the ladder and do my thing. I ain't in corporate America no more. So you get that down South Florida slang from TD. Okay? You get that my regular South Florida native speaking on this show. Okay? Now, maybe if I have a guest here and there, we'll tighten it up a little. But outside of that, you're going to get that South Florida boy slang, all right? It is what it is. Now, if ESPN come calling, my vocabulary going to improve and everything. That's different. That's different. That is different. All right? 954, you already know. See that you already know. It ain't no you already know. No, you already know. All of it is one word. Already. Already. I'm just run everything. Now that's different. Yeah, it is. They got you. Yeah, they did. Your accent is from the south of France. Stop the cap. Nah, I ain't no south of France. I don't know nothing about south of France. All right. Us South Florida people can't read well, LOL. Yeah, I don't think that's a South Florida thing. Can't read well. I just think it depends on where you grew up and what neighborhood and what school you went to that determine whether or not you could read well. I can read well. I just don't read very fast because I want to understand what I'm reading. So when I read fast, trust me, I ain't comprehend none of what I read. I just reading the words to make it look like I can read fast. But when I read to understand, I'm taking my time and I'm reading. Ricardo Joseph, member for 7 months, Pro Bowl. Salute to you, homie. I don't think he left a message. He's just showing some love. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you being a member, man. Yeah, man, a lot of y'all, man, Ricardo, all y'all, man, a lot of y'all, thank y'all for your continued support of the channel and rocking with us, being in the comment section on a normal basis, man. TD, are you a U of Miami fan? If so, what do you think of the upcoming season? I am a University of Miami fan, Hurricanes. That's my number one team in college football. I have no idea what to expect for the upcoming season because I love them so much, but I have actually slept on them as of late. I like it. Every time they if they go 4-0 or something like that, I peek in the door, be like, y'all back. And then they lose to a team that ain't even supposed to be a college team, and I'd be like, the same old Hurricanes. Or we'll be in week 8 and they 7-1. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, and we rank number 13. If we just win this game, looking at everybody else's schedule, we'll be in the top 10. And if we win out and if we go to the championship and we win, we could probably make the playoffs. And that very next week, and I'm like, ooh, the next week is a guaranteed win. And they go out there looking like trash and they lose. And then here we go again. Oh, crap. That's what the U has done for the last 15 years. I remember when I was in college back in the days where they played Florida State and Virginia Tech, and them used to be the tough games. And, you know, we were the thing. I stopped. I love the Hurricanes, but I gotta peek from the outside the door looking in these days. Y'all back? Nope. Yep. Thank God I ain't step all the way in there. Y'all back? Nope. So that's where I'm at with the Hurricanes. Okay. Waiting on them to be back. And I'll go to my grave telling y'all that our demise started when the NCAA went in cahoots with Ohio State and robbed us in the national championship with that late flag in them overtimes. Everybody know it because they wanted to take us down from that point when we should have won that national championship. And had we won that national championship, we would have been able to absorb all the sanctions and stuff, and kids still would have wanted to come to the school. But when we lost, and then they start sanctioning us, they start going to Ohio State. They start going there. They start going there. That's what did it. It was that Ohio State robbery, the biggest heist of all time. Game was over. Ref looking around. Flag. Ooh. Oh, they robbed us. That was the moment right there where it was no longer the same. And they trying to keep us down because they know if we ever get back, we going to bring that swag back. But we got to get back the right way first before we bring the swag back, so they don't never want us to be back, so they ain't never got to see the swag back. Because if you know anything about the swag, it was unorthodox, and you know certain people don't like that because we were some bad boys. That's what the Miami Hurricanes really about. If you want to get back to the way it used to be, you got to let them boys be free and be bad. Unfortunately, you got to let them boys, you know, live their life sanction free. We need some more Luthers. We need some more. I'm just saying, man, you know, we're all the knuckleheads from back home. That we need to keep them at home. You know, but it takes special coaches too to understand. Yeah, he a knucklehead, but I ain't gonna kick him off the team because he just fighting against his culture, trying to be better. That's all it is. He just, you know, it's a conflict with his culture. That's all it is. I mean, most of these boys down in South Florida, I mean, it's a little different now. You know, the culture will never be what it used to be. But them boys was just fighting against their culture. They were hotheads, but these boys, the type of boys that need that fourth and fifth chance, not the first and second. You only get one chance. You only get two chances. Nah, everybody back then, they needed 4 and 5 chances to get through, and they gave it to them. And they became some of the greatest of all time. Just saying. Just saying, man. Just saying. See, you get me into the hurricane stuff. Let me back off. Let me back off. So yeah, that's where I'm from, man. That's where I was born and raised. I'm from a town. It ain't even a town. I don't even know what you call what I'm from. It ain't the hood. It ain't a town. It ain't good. It ain't bad. I'm from, I mean, there's gangs, but it ain't like Chicago gangs. But you know, I'm just from that place down south, South Florida, Hollywood, Hollandale, Dania, North Miami, Lauderdale. You from y'all people who down there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's just, Liberia. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a different place. It's a different place, man. It's different. Opalaka. Yes. Carroll City. Yes. Pompano, little bit. Yeah, man. I'm just all of that is where I roamed in all of these areas, man. Liberty City. Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. People know. Overtown, yes. I'm sitting here in my mind. Where my hood's at? Y'all know 183rd. It used to be the 183rd. What was it? 180. The mall. It was like a strip. 183rd Mall or whatever. All of that is what I grew up. I don't even know if it exists anymore. Little Haiti, little Havana, little Cuba, little Mexico, everything got a little down there. So and I wasn't from Miami, but those are all the places I roam. Different areas. Flea market, yes. Swap shop in Lauderdale, all of that. Anyway, man, it is what it is. One thing I can tell you about down south, it is two different lives, man. Pembroke Pines versus all the things I just named. Totally different. It's totally different. Totally different. When you sliding down here, TD, when I slide, I don't know. I slide when I slide, when I go see my people. Yeah, it ain't that often. It ain't as often anymore, man. I used to go to a lot of Sis Trunk. See, now you talking. Now y'all talking. Yeah, Carol Mar, all that. Pork and bean, man. I'm reading it normal. I'm like pork and bean. No, pork and bean. Yeah, man. See, they know. Hollywood past the railroad, the hood. LMAO. Well, when you say past the railroad, which way? Dixie Railroad? 95 Railroad? Which one you talking about? Which railroad you talking about? Or are you talking about between? So much, man. Carver Ranches, all that, man. TY Park, stand up. Yeah, we used to go out to TY Park for like parties and stuff. I'm dying. I'm just saying, this is where I'm from. Hollywood start on Wiley Street, bro. Hollywood will start on Wiley Street. Man, Hollywood start on Fletcher. All the way to one of the presidents. Some of y'all don't even know Hollywood is named after presidents. Fletcher, Dewey, Washington, Adams, all of them. Hollywood is named after presidents. A lot of people don't even know that. Dixie, where X died, the young rapper. Hey, he died on Dixie? I don't know where he died. Well, yeah. Taft Street, we used to go to the Taft movie theater. That's when I was young. We used to go buy like a bucket get some fried chicken from Churches or something like that, and then put it in a big bag, and you sneak in the movie theater. And you're a little kid, and you watching the movie, and your mama passing plates down, and be like, "Give me a leg. I want a leg." Hey, boy, hey, that's where I'm from. That's where we from, man. Oh, man, it was enough to have to pay to get in the movies. You talk about, man, yeah, man, pass me a leg. Man, now we ain't go this far. Give me my biscuit. You ain't go this far, but if you went this far, you were definitely more in it than me. I want a scoop of mashed potato. Nah, we ain't go that far. Somebody said Taft movie 175. You better know it. See, y'all know what time it is. Oh man, TD really from the crib. Man, born and raised, Hollandale High School, man. Hey, listen. I lived in Hollywood, went to school at Hollandale High School, and they were rivals. Hollywood was rivals with Hollandale. They both sometimes had issues with Liberia. And All of them had to go to the same high school though, except Liberia. But Hollywood and Hollandale went to Hollandale High. And boy, I ain't gonna lie. It used to be crazy to me. Like before I was in the marching band and stuff like that, I would walk home. I got to walk through Hollandale and then get in Hollywood and walk through Hollywood. And it's just crazy. Like every day it was a fight outside of Hollandale High with 80 Babies and, LIB and the Hollywood boys, all that stuff. Them boys used to be fighting out there, doing all kind of crazy stuff. And if you from Hollywood, they jumping on you if you're in Hollandale. But I ain't never had nothing to worry about because I was cool with everybody. But it's just funny. Like I had friends in Hollywood where I live, where I'm walking out of school and they just right there getting jumped, just stomped out. And I'm like, about my business, I'm going home. And they looking at me like, you not going to help? Listen, I ain't initiate myself in none of what you initiated in. That is y'all business. That is y'all business. And they used to look at me like, he from Hollywood. Nah, but I TD, well, Tony at the time, he good. But yeah, man, it used to go down, man. Then when we got a little older and stuff, that's when the choppers and all that stuff came out, then you really had to be careful. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. TD, you smart. That's why. Listen, man, I was raised. That's why. I was raised, man. I was raised. Listen, I could have easily been down that path. I could have easily gone down that path, but there were circumstances that were unfortunate in my family's life that led us to be more involved in church and stuff like that. So, because me growing up, my parents were raising us and growing up exactly like everybody else. But certain circumstances in life led my family into the church, and that helped with a better stability to where we still right there with everybody and we cool, we do everything, but at the same token, when it ain't for us, yeah, y'all do y'all thing, we good. That's why like my personality, I mix with any and everybody. I rock with any and everybody because I've been in every arena, participated in every arena. I've done it all. I've rocked with my guys. I've said, hey guys, y'all go. I've been in it. I've been out of it. I've had close calls, I've been in every environment and adapted to it and enjoyed it and stepped out when it wasn't for me. And it was always respected. That's why, people be like peer pressure and all this and that. No, tell these kids they can make a decision. And at the end of the day, if they stand on it, ain't nobody going to mess with them and force them and bully them into doing certain stuff. It is what it is. So, yeah. That's me. You picked your battles. Bingo. Exactly. I pick my battles. Wise enough to know when it was worth it and when it wasn't. And when you realize none of them really worth it. None of them really worth it. So it is what it is. But yeah, man. That's yeah. See, y'all running me down memory lane back at the crib, man. See, this is South Florida, ladies and gentlemen. For all y'all Dolphin fans that live in other places of the country and never been to Miami, and like, yeah, I want to come one day and have a game and all this and that. Yeah, man, it's cool place to grow up and all this and that. But I not unless I'm like wealthy on like this extreme level. I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to live down there because I just can't get past the cost of living. I could do more with my cash, I could do a lot more with my cash, being away from there. Preacher to the choir, TD. Not really. You never know. It's about that one person that actually is locking this in right now. You never preaching to the choir, especially if you got a large audience. 531 people right now. If it's that one of that 531 that's 17 right now, that's like, I see what he's saying. And right now, today, he or she makes that decision. Hey, I ain't gonna go with y'all. Y'all good. I'm straight. Right there alone, man. That's impact. That's why I always talk about regular life in my story and everything. That's impact. And you ain't got to know that happened. Just believe it does. Walk it every day. Talk it every day. Impact other people's lives. That's what I try to do. So me going on that little rant and then talking about at the end how I stayed away from this and that, at the end it started to get intentional because I know that I could be impacting that one person who listening right now. Y'all will be shocked at how many 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds watch this channel. Y'all will be shocked. You'll be shocked at how many of them are in class right now listening. Because they tell me. They tell me all the time. Which ain't good. That's what I'm saying. They tell me I'll be in class listening to you when you be live in the day. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Shout out to Jose, who said, I left Miami 5 years ago and moved to Houston. Life is way better out of Miami. Listen, I've never understood it. I love my home. I love the crib. I love my home. But it is for me to visit. It is for me to visit. I understand a lot of y'all down there is just your life, but a lot of people don't realize how much better in life and how much more their money can stretch by just getting out. And we so used to it down there, we don't know. We don't know. Another thing, the pay don't even match the cost of living down there. It's insane. You go to somewhere with half the cost with the same or even more pay, you like, wow. No, you just didn't know because you stinking down there. Get out. Nah, I ain't trying to convince nobody to get out, but I'm letting you know there are better options out there. Anything is interesting yet, man? We waiting, man. We waiting. Bree, my brother said, I left Miami and I'm in Virginia. I only visit Miami. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't know better. That's all they know is the crib. That's all they know is the crib. Everything more expensive, and they don't know because that's all they know. You go down there, get gas $4, and where I'm from is $3.20. That's a difference. That is a difference. That 80 cents a gallon, if you got a 20-gallon tank, that's $16 that you save every time you fill up. You might fill up 4 times a month. $64 right there a month. Yeah, that might pay another bill or something for you. I mean, all that stuff add up. Food, everything. Go to a drive-through, like $12, $13 down there, and where I'm from is a normal $8 or $9. All that stuff add up. All of it add up. If you're renting, like say an apartment and you're in a 3-bedroom or something like that, down there you might, you probably saving about $500 in certain places versus down there. All that stuff add up. So people don't think that, let me look at my expenses now, and if I could save $1,000 every month, how much better would my life be? It's crazy. It's crazy. TD, it's hurricane season. Shaking my head. Landfall tomorrow here in Davenport. I left Palm Beach 5 months ago. That's about where I'm at, Davenport. I know, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad. And you know, it tropical storms itself by the time it get in the central Florida area, Davenport, Orlando. But I will say this, man. I am concerned about this hurricane season. As you see, there's already 2 things. The one that's coming now, the one that's out on the East Coast, look like it's gonna go up maybe New York area or something like that. But that water is hotter than it's ever been. It's warmer than it's ever been. And Floridians know hurricanes get its energy from warm water. And the warmer it is, the more powerful it gets. And this year is going to be interesting, hurricane season. It's going to be interesting. I just hope that it, make it through and it's all right. But we will. But it's going to be interesting how many I believe that may pop up. Jose with the donation said, when I left Miami, I was making $500 a week, and my first job in Houston, I was making $1,500 a week. I saved up, and now I have my own company, all because I left. Bro, let me tell you something. When I was in Florida, I had like an overnight security job, right? And let me tell you how people need to understand. Even forget the earth, the world, but just country is huge. And the dynamic is crazy everywhere. When I was in Florida, I remember working a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, making like almost $10 an hour or whatever it may be. And every 2 weeks, I was literally 2 weeks. You said a week. Every 2 weeks, I was getting like $560. And I was like, yeah, I'm making it. I'm making it. Even in college. And I'm sitting there like my rent, I got a roommate in college. My rent is like $800. So we split 4 and 4. Every month I make like $1,100. I'm making it. Man, I graduated college, went to Dallas, and my first job. And like, I didn't even know it existed like this. First of all, I was in a much bigger apartment and I was paying $495 a month in a much bigger apartment for myself. $495 a month for like a 2-bedroom and an extra bonus loft room, living room, all the works. Not that New York tight stuff, And $495 a month was my rent. And then I'll never forget my first check. My first check was like $980. And I was like, did they pay me in advance? Like, I was ignorant. I didn't even know. I was like baffled. Did they pay me in advance or something? I done got a job. I ain't calculated or nothing. I'm like, did they pay me? No, this is your 2 weeks. And this is just starting. Once you finish your first 3 months, you're going to get a raise of this. And I'm like, as a young man growing up in South Florida, why wasn't I even educated on, the potential of things? And that's what I'm saying. The culture and the way that education and everything. Now, don't get me wrong, Florida, some areas got some really good education, but man, we need to start getting to teaching about life, teaching finances and what's really out there, man. And it starts at home, y'all. So if you don't know, if I would have never moved, I wouldn't have never knew. I would have went right back down to South Florida, doing the same old that everybody else is doing, living to survive, pretty much not getting ahead one bit. Man, there's places out here, and I don't know if y'all noticed, it just happened like 2 weeks ago. They announced that Florida has taken over as number one. You know how they used to be like, New York's number one housing market is so expensive. California, number one, is so expensive. Miami has just passed California. I mean, Miami in particular has just passed Los Angeles and New York, and all of them. It is number one housing market. Unaffordable, number one most unaffordable housing market in the U.S. Number one. And people down there don't even know it. It's like, it's just normal, How much they pay is just, oof. Anyway, let me get off of that, man. Let me get off the crib. All right, D-Hug all day. The homie just said we are taught to be independent and employees instead of being independent and having our own business, which is true. Now, there's a catch-22 to that. So I'm a realist, and I've educated myself in the business realm as best as I possibly could. I'm not gonna make it seem like, oh, I'm that business dude, but I've made sure I've made a conscious effort to educate myself when it comes to business, and still so much to learn, as there'll always be, even for billionaires. Here's the reality, though. This is why you got to focus on you and only you. This is why sometimes it's hard to be like, hey, I want everybody to just, prosper and do this and that. Yeah, we do. But at the end of the day, you have to have a working class. You have to have people. You see what I'm saying? It has to. You have to. Everybody can't have a business. Everybody can't be millionaires. Everybody can't be, it's impossible. Everybody can be millionaires. They can't. If everybody was millionaires, instead of a $300,000 house today, every house would be worth $1.5 million. Your smallest house. That's just the way the economy works. Everybody can. If everybody did, then the values of everything will go up with it as well. You have to have a working class. You have to. It's just a matter of what's in every individual. Some people, it is best for them to work hard, build their family, check to check, and make it in life. And you want it to be easier for them, but it ain't for everybody. And the reality is, Some people have advantages over other people, and those advantages can be vast. It can be for so many different reasons. But it's on the individual. What do you want in life? Are you even disciplined or have the will to go for it? It's so many things holding people back. Do you have the mental fortitude? Do you have the desire, period? Do you even believe in yourself? Do you have too much trauma that you're dealing with that always hold you back? Do you have an insecurity from something that happened in the 7th grade that keeps you timid? It's so many freaking factors that normal human beings deal with that sometimes they don't even realize in their life is holding them back. So many. And that's why a lot of it, people need to go get help, therapy. People need help. They need therapy. And at the same token, that still don't mean it's for. Do you have the education to build wealth? Did you make wise decisions at a young age to help you build wealth now? Or do you have to dig yourself out of a hole before you can even start that? Everybody has different starting and stopping points too. Are you suffering in debt? So many different things. Have you been divorced and you have alimony that's holding you back from building debt? Child support or a lien against you. It's so many different things. Did you have 5 at-fault accidents last year and you could hardly find insurance unless you pay $600 a month? It's so many different things. TD, I'm 22. Coming up nowadays is extremely hard for young people. Miami Sports Pod, when you say young people, what you have to understand is it's hard for people my age. See, we talk about all kind of other stuff right now, so I'm finna ride with it. Now you done got TD talking. Now this is the TD podcast right now because y'all done got me in some conversations that's near and dear to me. The reality in society today, Miami Sports Pod, if you're 40 or younger, it's hard for all of us. And let me tell you one of the issues that I have. And this is a little political. This is an issue that I have. The one big issue that we have in our nation today is the fact that we don't move to the side and let the next generation whose turn it is take over. Go look at all the politicians. 90% of them have been in office, and we're talking about Senate and House and Senate, all of those seats. Most of them have been in office for so many terms that they have been representing too many generations. Most of their generation, it's a wrap. Sit back, chill, relax, and enjoy yourself now. These are new problems. You can't fix these new problems with what your generation did because we're out of that generation. That's a big issue. And the truth of the matter is, I'm 38 years old. The people who should be running this country right now should be between the age of 35 and 50, in my opinion. That's who it's our turn to make decisions that's going to better ourselves so that when it's time for us to retire, we're passing it on to the 35 to 50 people. It's y'all turn. Y'all know y'all generation. Y'all know y'all issues. It's y'all turn. But my generation is the lost generation that they are just bypassing. They're going to eventually, you're 22-year-old, you're just starting, bro. By the time you're 35, they're going to officially finally, be honest with you, by the time you're 22, by the time you're 35, 13 years from now, a lot of them by default of nature will be gone. They're going to be out of office. So that's your opportunity to say, we need to grab what's ours. And I'll tell you this, 15 years from now, you better not let us grab it. Because we're going to be the largest, group. Don't let us grab it because we've been trained to do exactly what they did. Hold on to it. Nah, we ain't letting this go. We ain't letting y'all change America on us. You got to understand that's what America is. It's a constant change of what's to come. But we're not letting the new generation continue to advance that. We holding on. We got people talking about 1960 policies, holding on to them. This is a whole different nation. My parents bought their freaking house for $40-something thousand. And right now it's probably worth over $5. And I don't want to hear from them lecturing me about getting into a house equivalent to theirs that's going to literally cost me $500,000 right now. And we ain't making that much more. I don't want to hear them try to tell me, we'll be all right. We'll get through these moments. Y'all don't even know how these moments feel because you own your home. And even if you don't own it, you refi it over time where you still only paying $500, $600, $700 a month. You don't know that for me right now, just to get a $350,000 house, I got to pay $3,200 a month. So they don't know. And we're just continuously putting them right back in there. And yes, I will dare say, just because we want to make a point to whatever party that we don't like. No, it's time, man. Gosh, man, when is the independent person going to come that says, screw this party, screw that party, America? When are y'all ready for America? Not the gang wars. That's what I feel like it is. It's a gang war. They don't like us. Well, they don't like us. They stupid. No, they stupid. America. When? When, man? It's stupid. Like, gosh. It makes us look so ignorant as a nation. We over here trying to pick sides. It just makes us, it looks so ignorant. Nobody cares about the facts. One side could literally say, we want to get rid of everybody mama in this world. Get rid of them for good. As long as it's that side that we rock with, hey man, it is what it is. As long as they don't get, and I ain't for no side. But we supposed to be advancing. When I was growing up, it was about exploration, the new generation. And guess what we brought forward? Guess what? When I was growing up, when I was a young guy, see, the thing about people my age, we're the only group of people that saw it all. If you were 1980 to 1995, you saw it all. You saw the old school. You saw the end of the industrial, you know what I mean? You saw the birth of the internet. You saw the birth of digital and now your AI. And you saw the transitions. Who better equipped to understand it all than those who saw it all? And people say, well, that don't make sense because people before 1980 saw it all too. Yeah, but if you were before 1980, most of y'all so stubborn, you never wanted to change to the new anyway, so you ain't really care to learn it. We were the generation that had to learn the old, the current, the new, and the newer. You older than 1980, a lot of y'all, now you want to deal with a smartphone because we forced you to. Nah, I ain't on politics, bro. This ain't politics. This is real human life out here, man. People out here struggling, and you got people in office that don't know the pain, can't even relate. They cannot relate. They have no clue. This inflation is nasty. And this ain't to blame this president or that president or you get what you voted for. It ain't all of that. It's our current circumstance. Instead of talking about who's at fault, we should be talking about how we can get out. And I got to disagree, Dylan. And not disagreeing to come at you, but when you say TD is global, it ain't got to be. This the one country right here. We ain't gotta be affected by nothing the rest of this world do if we don't want to. Man, in real talk, just imagine this 360 million people actually coming together and working towards something. And the saddest part of it all, the only time we unite and when it's time for war, baby, the only time that we ever unite is when it's time for war in the Olympics. The two things, when we represent our country as a whole against somebody else, is the only time we want to stick our chest out and feel good about everybody around because we going up against them and we need each other at that point. It's the only time that we'll humble ourselves against each other and actually be in unison. The only time. It's the only time. War in the Olympics. And we better be good in the Olympics. If we ain't, we just cut it off and be like, that never existed. But we proud. It could be a sport you never watched. It could be the best dog sport. And you watch TV and it'd be like, this dog is representing the U.S. It's won all of its matches. This is the last one. You gonna sit there and wait on that American flag to win. Nah, don't tell me I'm lying. It could be something you never watched in your life. But if we've been winning, and this is the last one, you're going to sit there and hope we win just because it's that flag. It's something about it. It's something about it. It's the one thing in school that they ingrained in us that it does stick. But it's sad that that's the only time that we truly, truly can come together. And again, some of y'all in the comment section, I don't want to hear nothing about no Trump. I don't want to hear nothing about no Biden. I don't want to hear nothing about no Obama. I don't want to hear nothing about no Vivek. I don't want to hear nothing about no this, no about no that. Listen, we got to cut all that out and understand United States of America. United States of America. That's all it is. The United States of America. And our allies and our territories and all that good stuff. All that blame stuff. Where does it get you anyway? Oh, it's their fault. Okay, now the other side wins and now they all happy. Oh, it's their fault. They took it back. Now they happy. You don't see the constant cycle of nothing getting done. And even if stuff is getting done, oh, we did this. Guess what? When they take over, they going to take it away anyway. Ain't nothing really progressing. There's a lot that's getting better that we don't notice. We're not paying attention to because we're so focused on the fight. We so focused on the fight. So focused on the freaking fight. Screw that fight, man. Let's raise our families. Let's take care of our veterans. Let's take care of our homeless. Let's take care of our grandmamas, our granddaddies. Let's live prosperous. Let's all benefit and have good lives. Like we need, like as a country, you supposed see. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let me tell y'all something that I do represent. I believe in. I do. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I do believe in capitalism. I do believe in it. The problem in it is the lack of what's the word I want to use? The lack of philanthropy within it. Like the opportunity to build something and become big and make money is beautiful. But at the same token, as a country and our government, right? The number one issue is mental health, and nobody's talking about it because it comes in so many forms, whether big or small. We should be fighting for policies that's helping people. Like think about a perfect world, a utopia that don't exist, and everybody will say won't exist. But why people ain't trying to work towards it? Like people out there busting their behind, working 4, 5, 6 days a week, 2 jobs and all that stuff. Man, How would you feel if everybody was able to was able to literally work like 3-4 days a week? How about we double the holidays? Those type of things alone is going to help people with mental health. Double the holidays. Give people more time off. Like, if you really think about it from the origin of man, or whatever your religion is, whatever, right? We chose bills and taxes over just laying around doing nothing. Think about whatever you believe in, Stone Age, men that didn't know nothing, just living off the land, don't know nothing. Think about it. We've moved ourselves to bills and taxes instead of just everybody sitting around not doing nothing, chilling and enjoying Earth. Like, that was a possibility. That's what it is. Think about just the beginning. People enjoying Earth. Yeah, plant trees, grow food, grow plants, do all of that good stuff and just chill in life. You ain't got to work. You know, you're working as a unit and as a team to sustain. You know, our partners over there, they take care of the meat for the whole village, and they take care of the fruit, and they take care of the water, and they take care of the drinks. And like, why everybody gotta live to work and perish? And perish. We've been conditioned. That's where we are with it now. And ain't no going back from that the way it is now. But at the same token, we can make life easier. We just need to be working together to accomplish some things as a nation. Technology, all of that stuff. If we work together for the last 30 years, nobody would ever have to pay a light bill at the end of their life. Elon Musk was right when he said this, because I did my research, because it blew my mind. You could take one of them Northwest states and literally just house the whole state with solar panels, and it will power the whole world. They'll pretty much power the whole world. Why ain't we doing it? Because people need jobs. You see, we made society dependent on people working instead of the other way around. Because people need jobs. And we don't want to get rid of whole sectors because it'll raise the unemployment and all this and that and this. It's crazy. But it is what it is, man. Y'all got me in podcast mode, man. The podcast is coming soon. It's going to be called All Things TD. Talk about all kind of stuff, whatever people want to talk about. But it is coming soon, because I be having to get these things off sometime. All the foolishness I see in life out here, y'all need to stop. That's going to be a segment on the podcast. Y'all need to stop. When something ridiculous is said or out there, y'all need to stop. Okay? We got Bleacher Report today around 4 o'clock, so y'all come over to Bleacher Report and hang out with your boy. But yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple. I agree with you, Dylan. I just I took the happy approach of it. That's another way of saying it technically, because it goes both ways. But yeah, people do need more money. That's what it is. They don't want to let those type of things happen, because it will wipe out a whole industry, like I said. But it also will wipe out jobs. But anyway, that should be your merch. It's coming. All this stuff coming. But love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. We still waiting on Johnathan Taylor. If it comes in, y'all be ready, because we're going to go ballistic. We're going to have a little party, all right? Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Y'all stay blessed and take care of your families and do the very best that you can in life. And when you are doing bad and you have nowhere to turn to, always get on your knees and turn to the man above. Because it's been my best solution. So all I can do is give you my best practices. Love you. Appreciate you. Fins up no matter what. Peace. I really do. I truly do love all y'all. I'll see you soon.